Alright, hello Vixens, how is everybody doing? It's been quite a while since I have done a makeup video. I wanted to kind of explain to everybody why I haven't done a video, and that it's actually been since before Christmas since I've done a video, so we're heading into February, so that's a long time for me to be away. But anyway, the reason why, I think that the last time that I did a video, I was kind of complaining and letting you guys know about this twitch. So I have been to the doctors, and the reason that I have the twitch is what is called hemifacial spasms, and I got, the doctors wanted to try some medication to see if, we could, get this to calm down a little bit. So I thought, let me try that. I thought I didn't really want to do anything to, put makeup on and things like that, and do anything to inflame that or, cause that to be any worse. So I just kind of like took a little break from that. And then I actually had a few other things happen in my life, a few other setbacks. And if you want to know more about that, you can pop over to my other channel that I have called Life, Love, Chaos, and Dogs. And I go into much more detail, and you can figure out, or find out about all the other things that were happening. I had really bad stretch of luck. So if you want to find out more and you're interested, pop onto my other channel. I don't want to, waste a whole bunch of time and go into all that here. But anyway, so yes, Life, Love, Chaos, and Dogs, and that's on my other channel. All right, so anyway, I did get a few new palettes and different things, so I'm going to try a few looks. One of the palettes that I got, I don't know if anyone has had this, it's a really popular palette. It's this one right here. So, and it is really pretty, but after I got it, I realized that I haven't even used it. So it looks like this, and it's absolutely beautiful, but it's mostly all warm colors, and I am more of a cool color person. So I'm struggling to find out like what looks to do with this. So if anybody else out there has this palette, I would like to hear from you and hear, or see some pictures of some of the looks that you've done with that palette. So, all right. I have been doing a certain look that with my makeup that I've been enjoying and that I really like. So, as you know, when you are, mature, and we get some, some wrinkles here and, different things, and a lot of the younger girls are, using the highlighter and the illuminators around this area. It's hard for us gals that are getting a little bit older to use those products. I mean, I love them. I think it is L'Oreal that came out with like a whole new line of illuminator stuff that's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, but I haven't even thought about buying any of it because I can't really use that. So I wanted to experiment a little bit, so I came up with a little bit of a technique that is working for me. I hope it'll work for you, so I'm going to explain it to you. I have this one thing that is kind of like a liquid luminizer. It's by Physicians Formula, and it's actually kind of like a primer that I'm supposed to use underneath my eye makeup if I'm going to use any kind of glitter eyeshadow, which I really don't use any high glitter eyeshadow unless it's New Year's Eve, Halloween, something like that. So I am going to apply it underneath my foundation. very, very sparingly. You do not need a lot of this. So it comes on with it, you know, like this. Now you don't want to highlight your under eye area, because that will be a big mistake. So I'm just going to go kind of like right here on the top of the, like by the apple of my cheek, but just like right on the top part. And you can do your Cupid's bow. And I see a lot of girls do the tip of their nose. We could just do a little tiny dash. I'm not really a fan of that, but I'll just do like a little tiny dash to show you, just for the sake of this video. Okay, so I'm not gonna rub it in a whole lot. We're just gonna kind of just gently pat it in. Be careful that you don't get up underneath your under eye area. Same thing over here, just gently pat it in. I'm going to take it down onto my lip a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation, and I'll pause the camera while I do that, and I'll come back and you can see what that looks like. So, all right, yeah. Anyway, the things you're going to need to do this eyeshadow technique that I am telling you about are the same things that you would need if you were just going to do a regular, regular eyeshadow, regular, cut crease or whatever. So you're going to need some matte eyeshadows. You're definitely going to need your blending brushes. You're going to need maybe like a shimmer type eyeshadow, and you're going to need your eyeliner, and you're going to need some mascara. Okay, so let me finish putting a little bit of this in my brows. I got my brows all done. So yeah, like I said, I didn't invent this. This was by Chrispy, and I will put a link in this video to the video for you to watch, the one that she shows how to do this. It, like I said, I've watched it about 50 times, and then I am going to send the video of me trying to do this technique to her and see how it goes. So, all right. One of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pencil. It is kind of like just a flesh color, and I'm going to go like right up, just start at the arch of my brow, and of course the pencil had to kind of flake right there. I'm just going to like carve out my brow a little bit. You don't have to do this, but I'm just going to do it just to so I'm going to put that there. And then you know how I love my white super soft crayon, and I'm going to, I already have primer on my eyes, so I'm just going to lightly go over my eyes with this. I keep looking in the mirror and you guys can't see, and that's not a very good technique. Try to just kind of do the side eye so I can see in the mirror. And I'm going to go right up to the where I put the flesh color, and then I'm going to get my favorite brush that I'll show you here in a minute, And I'm going to blend this all in. You can just use your finger if you want to. Just make sure you're using your ring finger and using very minimal pressure. So if you have the matte MAC ochre pot, you can use that. I don't have it, and I really like this white. If you had one that was like a nude flesh color, that would be good too. It just makes your eyeshadow really pop and just kind of gives it something to cling to, and I just really like that. So I'm going to go up underneath my brow, and I'm going to just kind of carve that out, and I got it in my brow a little bit because the pencil, so I'll have to take my brush and brush my brow out again. This is the I did a video on this brush, and it is by Wet n Wild. It's the one that I told you was cruelty free. If you look at the package and you have the one that has the little bunny ears, that means that it's cruelty free. They don't do any kind of testing on animals or anything like that. And I paid $1 for this. So, but this brush you can use on cream shadows, powder shadows. I especially like it for any kind of creams. It spreads it just like butter. So this is what I like to use as opposed to using my finger. I don't like to use my hands on my face as little as possible. For one, I just don't like to introduce any more bacteria on my face, and I think the less you have to touch your face, that's less pressure. We don't mean to, but sometimes you can get a little bit more rough, and especially on the eye area, you don't need that. So, all right, so I'm gonna go to the brow area again and just spread this out. And I have my microfiber towel down here, so whenever I feel like I have more product than I want, I just kind of swipe it off. Okay. The next thing that you want to do is you want to get one of your matte color shadows. I found this palette, I don't know, about a week ago or something, and they're all matte, and I love that. So I'm going to go in with this very first color right here. It's kind of like a banana type color, but I'm going to go in with this color, and just going to go right over top of this, and this is going to kind of just set that pencil. This will give my shadow a very silky base so that everything just kind of glides right on. Remember, the pencil was so that the eyeshadow will like really pop and have a great color. And I really like that. This is going to set all of that in so that when I go to put the shadow on, it just glides on. All right, and this is a two-ended brush, and I'm gonna take this little end right here. I'm gonna go into the same color. I'm just gonna go right underneath the lash line here, because we're gonna, you know, we're gonna put some shadow under there too, so we kind of want that to have a little bit of that under there too. So with your blending brushes, I'm going to go ahead and get all my blending brushes. I'm going to take my smallest blending brush, which is, oh gosh, that's not good. Alright, I'm going to take my smallest blending brush, which is still a nice size brush, and I'm going to go into my first transition color, which is going to be this one right here. Okay, and I'm just going to get a little bit of that. I'm going to tap off the excess. Now, what we're going to do is, instead of going into the crease and going like this and making that arch, we're going to start here, and we're going to kind of make a diagonal. We're going to go from this end, and we're going to meet up to the very tip of your brow. So it's going to be like this. I know it seems odd, but this supposedly opens your eye really wide and gives you a really nice wide look. So the first thing we're going to do is just kind of like get like a basic line that's going, oh, you can't even see. So when you get up to this part of the brow, you don't want this to be very dark up here. We want this to taper off. You always, you know, so we still want this end down here by the outer V to be your darkest, and then as you get to the upper part of your brow, we want that to fade out. So trying to look in my mirror to make sure. As a matter of fact, I am going to use this mirror from this palette here, and that way you can still see what I'm doing. I'm going to grab one of my blending brushes and make sure that I am keeping this nice and soft in this area right here. So I'm going to go and get my next darkest color. I'm gonna just what do you think? I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna, like I said, we want to keep this part nice and soft. We don't want any harsh lines. So I'm going to grab another one of my blending brushes. I'm going to go for a little bit of a bigger one this time, and I'm going to go back into this with my darker color again. And I'm just going to really keep it soft. So if you just take your time and you just, build this up, you can get it as intense as you want it. Or, you don't, if you just like to have like a subtle, you can leave it more subtle. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna blend it this last time, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of like a shimmer on the lid. I'll do the other eye off camera, and we'll see what we think, if we like this look. So let me get a brush to do the lid. So I want to keep it I want to keep it feminine. I had, kind of an idea like that I've been going for. So I'm going to do a really soft peachy pink on the lid. But we can bring it up a little bit higher because of the way we did it diagonal, and that even helps keep, open the eye up even more. So I'm going to put the most shimmer right there in the middle, and then whatever's left we can just gently put on the rest of the lid. And then I'll just put a little bit in the inner corner for a little bit of highlight. And now I want to balance this out. I don't want to just leave this with nothing underneath it, because that it won't, we need to balance it out. So I'm going to go back to my double-ended brush that I had earlier, I'm going to get this small, and I'm going to go into that first transition color that I was using. And I am going to get a little bit of that on my brush. Tap it off. And I'm just going to go right underneath here. And then I went into my next darkest color now. Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. You can just see it's not a lot, it's not a lot, but it's just enough that it kind of balances that out a little bit. So what do you think about that? I've really been liking something different on the eye. I've been experimenting with some different colors and so forth, but this is the first time that I've actually done this, you know, more of a diagonal type of a look, and it wasn't really that hard. So of course I did watch the video over and over and over and over. She gives very good directions in the video that she does. Like I said, I will link that in my description box. So I'm going to do the other eye off camera so you don't have to sit through that over and over again. And then I will come back, we'll do a little bit of eyeliner and finish the look, and we'll see what it looks like. So I'll be right back with the magic of video. Okay, I went ahead and did the other eye, so you can see that that's done. I put curl my eyelashes. I put eyeliner on one eye, but I did want to show you the eyeliner that I was using, and it's by Revlon, I think. Maybelline. It's by Maybelline, but I really love this eyeliner. It's I have all kinds of eyeliner, you know, all kinds. I mean, but this one is one that I've actually been really enjoying lately. It's called Lasting Drama. It's waterproof, but it's a gel. It glides on. Sometimes I have trouble with my eyeliner because once I put the shadow on, the eyeliner just wants to, like, you know, drag along. I don't like that. When you, like I said, as we get older, the last thing that we need is anything tugging on our eye. Sometimes, you know, it's okay, you can use liquid, but sometimes I just don't like that look that the liquid gives you because it's a very sharp, severe line. So if you're going to do a cat eye, yeah, absolutely, liquid is the way to go. But again, I used to rock the cat eye all the time. So, you know, when I was younger, that was my look. I could do a cat eye, like, you know, 5 seconds flat, boom, done, out the door. I can't do a cat eye now, you know, because now I have these, you know, wrinkles, and it just doesn't look right. When you are trying to do a cat eye and you're trying to, like, bump over a bunch of wrinkles and you're, you know, missing, you know, once you get to a certain point and something is not working for you and you're fighting it, don't stop, you know what I mean? Don't work against yourself. You've got to change the look. So anyway, you know, I stopped. But I wanted to just show you guys this really quick, and I wanted to show you how smooth it goes on. So I always kind of start in the middle and kind of like in my own way here. I'm like barely touching my eye. You can, you know, make your eye, you know, the line as big or small as you want. And I start in the middle, and then I'll kind of come from the end and work my way in, because again, like I said, I like to put as least amount of tugging on my eye as possible. So I'll start there and get a couple, you know, a little bit going, and then I'll come from here. I keep wanting to look in my mirror, but I keep, you know, I'll try to look into the camera. But don't do this at home, ladies. So if you just, you know, lay the pencil down, it will absolutely just glide on. Of course, I made a mess of that eye because I was trying to show it to you. And then of course I have a pencil that has this little smudger on the end, and I like to take it in before the eyeliner sets. I just kind of like to smudge it a little bit. Another thing that you can do, another trick, especially if you're doing like a smoky eye look, is to just use your mascara. Just use your mascara, just wet it down. I always use rose water, that way it doesn't mess up your mascara. And that's a great way to actually look like I need a little bit more under this eye right here. So yeah, I do that sometimes. I will just use my mascara. I will just wet it down a little bit, and that gives you a great smoky eye. It's a great alternative to using any kind of eyeliner. So the mascara that I'm going to use, especially on my bottom eyelashes, I don't know if I'll use it on my top or not, is this has been one of my long time mascaras that I've turned to for years, and it's just this L'Oreal telescopic mascara. It looks like this, and the reason that I love it for my bottom lashes is because when you take the applicator out, I mean it is so skinny, but the brush is great. It picks up a good amount of product, but it allows you to, you know, just get really up close to your lashes. And just take your time and coat them. And sometimes with the bigger, fuller brushes, I can't get into the bottom lashes as well. And then I get it all over my under eye area. So I'm going to put on a little bit of blush. And I'm going to, I have this palette here. And I'm going to use this one actually. I might just slightly dab into that, but this one. These are all matte, no shimmer. So I'm going to do it just on I think the next video that I do, I'm going to do this little demonstration that I watched a video. I don't know if anybody ever watches any videos by Wayne Goss. Great videos. Oh my gosh. He does such detailed videos, explains so much. If you've never watched any videos by him, it's not that he just, you know, shows you makeup, but he actually shows you so many techniques. He's a professional makeup artist, and he just has so many tips and tricks. He explains it to you in a way that it absolutely makes perfect sense, and you're like, oh, that's, you know, and he's amazing. So if you've never watched any videos by Wayne Goss, you know, please do go check some out. He's great. I've learned so many tips and tricks, but he did a video where he, you know, did some lines and explained why you start your makeup where you started, and why we always start way closer into the face than we're supposed to, and especially if you're a mature woman, why you're not supposed to start so far in. Like, you actually are supposed to start out here to show a lifting of your face. I never, you know, and of course I don't do it. I know I don't do it right, but anyway, maybe I will do that in my next video and then link his on the bottom so that you'll definitely understand. That would be kind of like a fun video, I guess. So this has like a highlighter. Should we dare? So you have to be so careful. And maybe I have a hard time with highlighter too, because I actually, you know, I have very high cheekbones. So it doesn't, you know, they go right into my eye socket. So it doesn't leave me, you see, like, boom, and there's like where my crow's feet will be. So it doesn't leave me a lot of leeway for me. I think for some women there might be some leeway, but no, not for me. I am going for my top lashes. I'm going to go in with this Better Than Sex by Too Faced, and that is what I'm going to use for my top lashes. So usually with this I can do like one really nice good coat, and that is it. So if you are someone who really loves falsies, this would be, you know, when you would do your falsies. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know, like, I'm not a fan of falsies like every day. If I'm going to maybe a special event, like if I'm going to a wedding, or, you know, some kind of special event, party, I don't know, something of the nature, then maybe I will wear them. But I just live in like this little tiny nowhere town, and you know, I don't really have like anywhere to go that would cause me to need to wear them. And I get it, like, it has nothing to do with anyone else. It's just, you know, to make me feel good or whatever, and I get that. But I just, you know, for me, you know, it just isn't me on a daily basis. I love when I see women you know, wearing them. I think they're gorgeous. Absolutely love it. But it's just not something that I do on a daily basis. So, do I have some falsies? I do. I absolutely have some. And I hope that I actually have some kind of special event that I can go to and wear them. Right now I don't. This is a really nice mascara. If you have not ever used this, I really like it. My mother got me this. But I will tell you that normally I use Unique. I use Epic by Unique, and I think these are about the same price. I think they're both about like between $24 to $26. And the mascara by Unique lasts me probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. My mom got me this for Christmas, and really I've only used it a few times, and it is almost gone. So will I buy this again? I probably won't. If somebody buys it for me for a gift, that would be great. But for the, I don't want to say quality, it's a great quality, but for the longevity or for the, like the, you know, for the price and, you know, of how long that it lasts or whatever, I would go for the Unique. So yeah, I would go for the Epic. So this is what the Epic looks like, and this is the Too Faced. So this, you know, this tube is, you know, heavy. It feels, you know, luxurious in your hand. This one's just, you know, a black tube, but I feel like sometimes this gets my lashes just as sky high. And like I said, this tube I got months ago, and it's still, you know, like I still have plenty of uses out of this. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna do a lip, and I am going to line my lips with my favorite lip liner. This is kind of just a nude lip liner. Like, the color of it is even wore off. I can't even give you a color, but it is just, I love it. So, and you can kind of still see my little bit of like luminizer there. So I'm gonna line my lips. And I'm gonna like kind of pull that onto my lip a little bit. I didn't go outside of my lip this time. I stayed right on the line of my lip. I'm not trying to, you know, extenuate them and look bigger than they are. I'm just doing a regular natural lip. So when I get to my cutest bow, how I do mine, everybody has a technique, but how I do mine is I start at the peak and I make an X. Because I do want to get the lip liner on my lip so that the, you know, the lip color will stay. And then all I have to do is come down. Okay, so that is, like, is that the best color lip liner? I love it. I wish I could tell you the color of it, but so I have two choices that I'm like torn between. I just got this it's by Revlon. It's called Demure, and it's it's like a balm type of a thing, but it has kind of like a shimmer to it. It has like a peppermint kind of like, even when you put it on, and I absolutely love it, but it doesn't last very long, which kind of bums me out. I like my lipstick to try to last for a little bit of a time, and this one doesn't. This is my tried and true. I've bought this like 5 times. This is by L'Oreal, and I cannot even tell you the name of this, but it's like one of their liquid lipsticks. Looks like this. You take, you know, one end has the color and the other end has the gloss, which you can see I'm due for another one. So this gives me the best nude lip. I could put this on really like at 8 o'clock in the morning, and at like midnight it's still on. I'll show you this, and this you just twist from the bottom and it goes up, self-sharpening. So we'll try this. This is very pretty. It's new. I've never showed it to you on film before. And that way I can actually gauge and tell you how long it actually lasts. It's just like the best. You would never expect this from this formula. From this, it's like creamy. It's if you just try it, you'll love it. It's the best. Okay, so that is the look. I wanted like a really, nice strong eye, but the rest of it to be, just kind of like natural, so that's it. And again, this eye look, I got this from a video from Chrispy. I'm gonna link it down at the bottom. I'm gonna send this video to Chrispy and let her know that, hey, I saw it, I watched your video, I loved it, I probably watched it 50 times. What do you think? How did mine turn out from watching you? So I feel like I carried on and on, haven't made a video since before Christmas, and I'm just like chatty Cathy. So anyway, all right, if you if you liked anything about this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. And, again, like I said, if you're interested in, anything that's going on in my life, hop over to my other channel, Life, Love, Chaos, and Dogs, and you will get informed on why I did not make a video since before Christmas, and get caught up on everything else in my life. Alright, so, with that being said, as you know, stay positive, wear pink as much as you can, and kiss your dog, because you never know when you won't have the chance to. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, bye.